Hello and welcome. You're watching the Tuesday edition of This is Exclusive with me, Shah Vincent. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight our focus on three crucial stories. One, just ahead of the polling in Maharashtra, BJP finds itself in a major controversy. Top leader of the BJP has been charged for distributing cash. Is there any truth to the allegations that have been leveled against senior BJP leader Vinod Tawde? We'll get you that exclusive interview with the BVA chief Hitendra Thakur. Not just that, Himachal government once again is in a complete soup. This time, the High Court has said that they need to sell off Himachal Bhavan. Joining us tonight is the Attorney General of the Himachal government. And not just that, the other big focus that we've had over the last 48 hours, what's really happening in Manipur. For the first time, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh opens up. All this and much more in this edition of This is Exclusive. But up first, let's take you through the headlines we're tracking at this hour. BJP's Vinod Tawde allegedly caught red-handed while distributing cash by BVA. ECI files an FIR.
जिस प्रकार का एब्सर्ड एंड इलॉजिकल और दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण आरोप लगाया गया है कि 5 करोड़ रुपए आए थे, तो कांग्रेस वालों से पूछना चाहता हूं भाई, ये 5 करोड़ रुपए जो होते हैं वो दिखाएं, हवा में आरोप मत लगाएं।
BJP has defended Vinod Tawde. The party has said that it is a conspiracy against Vinod Tawde to defame him ahead of the polls.
नहीं, मैंने अभी हाई कोर्ट का जो आदेश है उसको मैंने पढ़ा नहीं है।
इट्स ओपन सर,
लेकिन नहीं, कोई पढ़ा नहीं है। लेकिन अपफ्रंट प्रीमियम जो है वो एक पॉलिसी के तहत है।
Himachal Pradesh faces financial crisis due to power dues. High Court orders Himachal Bhavan in New Delhi for sale. New Tirupati Temple Board holds a first meeting amid Laddu Rao orders to remove all non-Hindu staff from the temple. Just ahead of polling, a sensational charge has been leveled against top BJP leader. The charge was leveled by Bahujan Vikas Aghadi, and now the charge was essentially this, that this was senior BJP leader Vinod Tawde, who was in Virar in a meeting, and they had a tip-off that he was carrying money with him. In fact, BVA chief Hitendra Thakur has gone a step ahead, and he makes the allegation that he was carrying 5 crore rupees in cash. And not just that, he was also carrying a diary which had instructions that 15 crore rupees would have been distributed ahead of the elections. Now, these are some charges that have been leveled against Vinod Tawde. Vinod Tawde, in fact, has responded by saying that these are baseless charges. In fact, the FIR that has been registered against the senior leader has nothing to do with the cash for votes charges that have been leveled, and the fact that this is to do with an MCC violation. Hitendra Thakur, BVA chief, spoke to my colleague Meenakshi a short while back. Listen.
बाहर का कोई भी पार्टी का लीडर 48 घंटे पहले इलेक्शन का प्रचार जैसे ही खत्म होता है तो उस लीडर ने अपने घर जाने का, कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में जाने का, दूसरे कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में रहने का नहीं। अभी 12 घंटे नहीं रहे थे इलेक्शन को और ये इधर क्या करने को आए? ये सब जो जमा किए गए, खाने का ऑर्डर किसको दिया, पूरा होटल क्यों बुक किया, कार्यकर्ताओं को मिलने के लिए पूरा होटल लगता है, पूरा होटल बुक करके अलग अलग इसमें पैसे रखे, 5,000, 50,000, लाख ऐसे अलग अलग बंडल।
कहाँ पे? होटल पे?
यस, दिखाया ना हमने वीडियो उधर होटल
पे रखा हुआ।
हाँ, पुलिस ने बाद में लिया कब्जे में, बैग में दिखाया, डायरिया थी उसमें लिखे कि किस लीडर को बैग लिखा है कि ये लीडर को बैग पहुंचानी है। डायरी में लिखा है कि 300 के 400 के एक्स पर्सन को 300 के, वाई को 500 के।
सारे बीजेपी लीडर्स के नाम लिखे हैं, यहाँ
के कार्यकर्ताओं के नाम लिखे हुए हैं।
तो बीजेपी ये बोल रहा है कि ये सारे बेबुनियाद इंतजाम है इलेक्शन से पहले।
बीजेपी की डायरी है, उम्मीदवार की डायरी है, उनके कार्यकर्ताओं की है, बीजेपी की ऑफिशियल डायरी है, वो देख लीजिए आप।
लेकिन वो दे रहे पैसा, ऐसा कोई वीडियो तो नहीं आया अभी तक।
अभी वो हमारे सामने वीडियो नहीं आया, वो वीडियो कैसे, अभी उनके कार्यकर्ताओं ने लिया होगा तो मालूम नहीं, आएगा आज नहीं कल वो आएगा वो आगे।
लेकिन आज ये भी जाना जा रहा है कि आप विनोद तावड़े को लेके एक गाड़ी में बैठे, उसके बाद आपने कुछ जगह पे उनको छोड़ा, ये इसके बारे में क्या?
उनको मुझे पुलिस प्रशासन ने रिक्वेस्ट की कि उनके गाड़ी की हवा निकल डाली है। पार्टी की तो हवा गई है, अभी उनकी गाड़ी की हवा, और बोला इधर बीच में कोई पत्थर फेंकेगा कुछ करेगा, तो पुलिस प्रशासन ने मुझे रिक्वेस्ट किया आप इनको यहाँ से बाहर लेके जाओ क्योंकि मॉब जमा है, अच्छा नहीं होगा अपने इलेक्शन के मुंह पे ऐसा कोई भी अप्रिय घटना घटने, ये बुरा है। तो एक इंसानियत के नाते उनको मैंने उधर से बाहर निकाला, मेरे गाड़ी में इधर आके दूसरी गाड़ी दी और उनके घर पे भेज दिया।
Well, in fact, these are some charges that have been leveled by Bahujan Vikas Aghadi. And the fact that the BJP essentially now says that where exactly is the proof, whether at all there was any distribution to begin with. Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP rebutting the charges that were leveled against Vinod Tawde. In a short conversation that Republic TV has had with Vinod Tawde a short while back, this is what Vinod Tawde said, that these were baseless allegations. There was a meeting that was basically underway and this has had nothing to do with the money which was supposed to be distributed in the first place. These are the charges that were leveled. In fact, a short while back, Vinod Tawde was supposed to do a press conference in Mumbai, but that was cancelled. Let me just quickly take you through some of these images that you see on your screens right now. First, this is what happened. There was a meeting that was underway in a luxury hotel in Virar. This is in the outskirts of Mumbai. In fact, Vinod Tawde was present in the meeting. What you see suddenly is BVA members barging into the room where Vinod Tawde was present. And what you see right now on your screens, these are BVA workers who are basically flaunting the money that they say were found from Vinod Tawde's room where he was present, where the meeting was underway. And that's what you see right now, where the BJP General Secretary was being out by Bahujan Vikas Aghadi members. Hitendra Thakur, who gave an exclusive interview a short while back, indicated that they have evidence against him. Let me also go across to my colleague Meenakshi for a quick update on the story. Meenakshi is joining us also from Virar, where this incident took place. Meenakshi, Hitendra Thakur insists that there is evidence. BJP says that how exactly is the money being linked to Vinod Tawde? You're there at the spot. What more details have you picked up?
Yes, Shavan, it's a big drama in Maharashtra, day before of Maharashtra election, and within it's a half an hour ago, I spoke to Mr. Hitendra Thakur, and he said he has the evidence of money that the Vinod Tawde was being distributing among the BJP supporters, and he showed a video where some women were there, and he claimed that women were placed there to distribute money among the BJP supporters and among the voters. Now I asked him the question, how could you claim claim that that money is linked with Vinod Tawde. That time he said कि वहाँ पे मनी था, होटल में मनी का बैग मैंने देखा है, बहुत सारा पैसा मैंने वहाँ पे देखा है, और मैंने ये देखा है कि एक डायरी है, जो डायरी वो राजन नायक हु इज द कैंडिडेट ऑफ दिस कंस्टिट्यूएंसी, एंड ही सेड कि मैंने वो डायरी देखा है और नाम लिखा हुआ देखा है कि किसको कितना पैसा वहाँ पे देने का प्लान है. देन आई आस्क हिम हाउ कुड यू क्लेम दैट दिस मनी इज गोइंग टू दैट द वोटर्स were linked with Vinod Tawde. After that question, he said, the senior
Meenakshi, I'm
leader...
sorry to interrupt you because I'm getting at some more breaking news right now, a story that we'll be tracking very closely. In fact, we're waiting for Vinod Tawde to respond to some of the charges that have been leveled against him. The press conference has also been cancelled. Thank you very much, Meenakshi, for getting us the latest details. Well, shift focus now to the other story that we are getting to tonight. Once again, questions being raised about Congress's Khatakhat model. First, it was about non-payment of salaries. Then it was about imposition of taxes. And now, Himachal Bhavan, right in the heart of the national capital, up for sale. This only because the Himachal government is not in a position to pay its dues to a power company. Is that the case? Because Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh insists that this is because of the burden that has been passed on from the previous government. Joining us tonight is the Attorney General of Himachal Pradesh, Mr. Anup Ratan. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us on this broadcast. Let me straight away begin by asking you, is Himachal Bhavan in the national capital up for auction now?
I don't think it is auction. I'm Advocate General for the state of Himachal Pradesh. And I would say that it is not up for auction. But this is a normal process of the court, whereby court has asked the state to deposit the money. It was asked, and the court is hearing the appeal of the state. So we are at a stage, today the appeal was listed for hearing, but somehow it could not be taken up. Now it will be taken up on 16th of December 2024.
Mr. Ratan, what I also wanted to ask you is that in the High Court order itself, it makes a mention of the fact that there was an oversight of the officials as far as the payment of dues are concerned. Now, did the government really fail in ensuring that the payment is made on time, resulting in a situation where you're unable to perhaps carry on with the duties?
Actually, it was not that government is not securing the money or not depositing the money. Actually, we have requested the Honorable Court that please hear this matter finally without deposit of the money, without insisting for deposit of money, and the division bench has agreed to hear the matter. Therefore, it was listed for today. But somehow, execution petition, which was also listed, filed by the company, that was also listed yesterday, and the executing court was taking its own call rather than taking the call from the division bench. No, division bench has accepted our request to say that without deposit we may hear this appeal, but stay will not be there. We say that if matter is heard at the earliest, both parties will be at a win-win situation. Whosoever will win will go ahead or will go ahead with the verdict of the court. So therefore, in such circumstances, when division bench has we had already made a request to the division bench, and this is not for the first time. It was happened in the Adani matter also, wherein also the single judge has directed us to refund the upfront premium of 280 crores. We had not deposited that money, but we insisted before the Honorable Court, we requested the court to hear our matter at the earliest, and the court has heard that matter, and finally it was pronounced in favor of the state government. I am sure this matter is also of the same nature, because I want to explain the actual contract between the state of Himachal Pradesh and the Sally hydropower. The contract was that while preparing DPR, in case the project proponent found that project is not viable, in such situation, the state government will refund the project proponent this upfront premium. But in case the DPR is prepared and DPR is submitted and project is found viable, after that situation, the upfront premium will not be given back to the project proponent. They had submitted the project report in the year 2015 itself, within the period which were mentioned in the pre-implementation agreement. After that submission of DPR, they lost their right as per contract to claim the refund. Learned single judge of the High Court has not considered this aspect, though mentioned in para 17 of the judgment. If you go through the para 17 of the single judge judgment, he has mentioned this fact. But after mentioning this fact, he has not taken call on this fact. No reasoning is assigned with respect to this factum. Therefore, we are in appeal and we are requesting the appellate court. We are submitting before the appellate court that there are many legal issues which were not considered by the learned single judge. Hence, the appeal was admitted for hearing. If there is no merit, it would have been dismissed in limine by the High Court.
But Advocate General, the High Court order also makes a point about the appointments being made on the basis of an impunged act. I believe that you will be taking up this matter further. Isn't it not? The court has basically called the appointment both unconstitutional and a wastage of public funds. That's page number 33 of the High Court order. Now, can I also then ask you, how exactly is the government really taking this forward? Because you've already seen questions essentially being raised about public money essentially being wasted. If at all this entire litigation continues, it is also going to put more burden on the state exchequer.
Now I think you are taking the another issue rather than taking the power project issue or Himachal Bhavan issue. You have left that issue, or I am answering another issue?
I'm connecting both here. I'm connecting both here because some of the arguments that have been made against your government has essentially been about the fact that insisting on a case which perhaps is largely seen as a wastage of public fund.
I'm sorry to say it's a right of every individual and every government to protect its laws, its legal rights, and so the state government is doing. It is not wastage. Whosoever is saying that is a wastage of financial resources is on wrong footing. He is befooling the people of the state as well as the country.
Can I just get also one?
The Constitution has given this right to every person. Even this right is available to you also, to me also,
but Advocate General,
to the state.
Advocate General, can I just quickly get a clarification from you? Because here the matter has become political in nature. The reason being, the Chief Minister says that, look here, the government cannot be faulted because this is a burden that has been passed over from the predecessors. And that is the reason why payments perhaps may not have been completed. Is that the case right now? Is the government not in a position to pay the dues?
No. This is not the case at all. Government is paying the salaries of 4,000 crore, 6,000 crores in 1 month for 2 times in November. So government is not in a crunch. The Chief Minister has time and again said that by 2027, after regenerating our resources, we will be the self-reliant state in 2027. So there is no such, it cannot be linked to this. 64 crore rupees were a small amount. But since the court had agreed to hear our appeal, and we have said that appeal is being heard at the expeditiously, therefore it was thought fit not to deposit the amount at this stage. I would like to submit, this project was allotted in 2011. 2017, the government of the day, they surrendered this project, and the government of the day cancelled that project. 2017 onwards till 2022, this project was never advertised or it was not allotted. For 5 years, the project was not allotted,
right?
And the case continued in the High Court. I would submit that the state has suffered a loss of 700 crore because this project should have started its commissioning in May 2021, and the government would have got, at least the people of Himachal Pradesh would have got 200 crore revenue per year. So in the past 3 years, since the project was not executed, it was not re-advertised, Himachal has suffered at least 700 crore up till now. And it is suffering more because the project was not advertised for last 5, 6, 7 years. Now it is being advertised, but people are not coming forward. That is another issue. I would submit legally we are on a good wicket, and I'm sure that the appellate court will hear us.
Right.
We have a strong case, and there is nothing going to happen in Himachal Bhavan. Himachal Bhavan at Delhi will continue to serve the people as it is serving today.
Well, thank you very much, Advocate General, for joining us on this broadcast and putting this into perspective. The position of the Himachal government on this entire issue, while politics still being played as to whether at all the government is in any position to pay the dues. Let's now turn the focus on the other story that we're getting to you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last few days, we've put the spotlight on the ground situation in Manipur, which remains extremely volatile. So much so that the centre has reimposed AFSPA at least in 6 police station jurisdiction. But that hasn't really had any impact as of now. So much so, 50 CAPF companies have already been rushed to Manipur to control the situation. Where lies the problem? In fact, for the first time, N. Biren Singh, Chief Minister of Manipur, who is in the dock right now, has finally spoken. Listen.
The present crisis, the root cause of the present crisis should understand by everyone. The root cause of the present crisis is begin from where? The beginner is him. Yes. The present crisis of Manipur, the illegal migrants problems from Myanmar, is the beginner is the P. Chindambaram. You see the photograph here. When he was the Union Home Minister in 2008, he signed a suspension of operation agreement with the state government of Manipur and the government of India representative, and he welcomed it. He approved it. But you know, this particular person who involved in the signing, Mr. Thanglen Pao Guite, he himself was contested MP in Myanmar. And he is a Myanmar citizen. And he is the president of the Zomi Revolution Army. You see, you think in 2008, he allowed to bring a Myanmarese citizen inside India and sign a suspension of operation agreement with the India government and the Manipur government, tripartite agreement. Then that was the beginning of coming of influx illegal migrants from the Myanmar. The present demographic imbalance in the state of Manipur, the central leaders should try to understand it. Yeah, our BJP leader know. Our BJP leaders understand it. But the Congress leader, they created it, even then they are trying to blame to the people who is trying to solve the issues. My duty is, I have to protect my state, I have to protect my land, I have to protect my country, I have to protect my people too. Our indigenous people is very limited, very few, not much. Nagas, Meiteis, Thados, Paite, Mar, we are very few numbers. Only hardly our population might be 30 lakhs. But you know, if after this signing, huge number of Myanmar illegal migrants has entered.
If I am not wrong, in 2008, so you opposed the signing of this agreement, tripartite agreement.
Yeah. I was the member of the cabinet. I opposite. But you know what we can do there?
So if I ask you, since 2008, has the Sioux agreement served any purpose?
I don't see any changes. Thus, in the hills, particularly the particular area community is dominating, plantation of poppy is increasing day by day. Drugs smuggling increasing. Illegal migrants entry of grabbing our land, destroying the forest, that increasing. There are the few things, but you know, Manipur is unique. We are having 34 tribes. Very unique. 34 tribes, you know. Here, Paite is there, Wi-Fi is there, Mar is there, Thadau is there, Mate is there, Tangkhul is there, Mao is there, Meitei is there. No, like this. We're composite of 34 tribes. 34 tribes living together since time immemorial. But unfortunate part is due to this some illegal migrants from the outside. Now Manipur has facing a demographic imbalance. That is why I approached to the union government to save our land and life of the indigenous peoples.
So by these divisive politics that the Congress wants to play in Manipur also now, they have been doing it in Maharashtra, they have been doing it in Jharkhand also, clearly taking side of the immigrants in Jharkhand particularly, and now in Manipur also they want to divide the people on the ethnic lines. What purpose they really want to serve, and do you think that the government of India should actually initiate action against P. Chidambaram, because in his capacity as the Home Minister he signed an agreement with a Myanmar citizen?
Exactly. Thorough investigation, proper documentation and the screenings of who's who should be done.